Hey guys, what's going on? It's Haas. So I decided just to make a quick video of kind of my Netherwing route, how I get my dailies done and also how I look for eggs. So, let's just go ahead and get started here. First off, I start with a little bit of an egg scan. So before I even touch my dailies, I just fly into the Dragonmouth Fortress here. It's right here on your map. And what you want to do is you want to start looking for eggs. Now they're going to be black and kind of bright purple spikes. Typically they're going to spawn around a nether dragon. There's going to be a bunch of them. Realistically, it's hard for me to show you all of the spawn points, but typically inside buildings, around buildings, in these stables here, like right beside this nether drake spawns. I've gotten it a few times back in BC, haven't seen it since, so there are a lot of people still farming this. There's typically a lot of people. Also, go ahead and mine your nether site, or sometimes an egg's going to spawn in there. Also, any mob on the actual netherwing ledge spawns an egg. See right here behind another drake, first egg. So my first egg of my run, just keep going like that. Make sure you're scanning everything. Never really seen an egg on this side here particularly, but it's never gonna hurt for a quick look. And there we go. Okay, so we kind of scanned our first level here. We move up, kind of look around this building, and up here, I know they spawn in there sometimes. I think I've gotten one back in the day. I haven't gotten one since I started doing the dailies here. Nothing there. Sometimes right down in there, and again, just keep looking behind the dragons, right? So typically an egg will spawn behind the dragons. We have some more nether side ore, so go ahead and mine that, check that out. Okay, and yeah, you can either do a good long scan if you feel like you may have missed them. I feel pretty confident about when I go through that, I've checked all my spots. My main advice is check near nether drakes. Typically it's going to spawn near nether drakes, near nether crystals, so that's what you want to look for. Great, so again, we're going to just head over, and again, I just do a quick egg sweep. So there's nothing about dailies at first, so just looking on the ledges here, they could spawn on any of these ledges, any ledge that's really big enough, you know what I mean? Just use your discretion. Like, it's probably not going to spawn on here. I don't think I've ever seen one spawn on there. So I like to go around the outer edge and then move in. So it's very, very simple. Just go around the nether crystals. Typically that's where they're going to spawn. Even this little nether crystal right down there where my mouse was jerking around, that could easily spawn a netherwing egg. So, and again, I believe the herblore ones, for some reason I can't herb that, but I believe the herblore ones also drop eggs. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. I've been getting over a little bit of well, not a little. It's been a pretty rough cold. To be honest, I've been out for like 2 weeks. It's been brutal. So continuing to look, just making sure that you're kind of getting every little nook that you can get to. And just move up. Again, you're gonna find, there we go, so we can finally get that. Sometimes you get another egg in there. I think the percent, I'm pretty sure, is the exact same as the ore here, so don't think it's really gonna be a problem. I should actually be mining this ore because there is a quest to hand in nether side ore, so I'm gonna start mining it. Keep going around, keep going on the islands. It's very simple. You typically know where to look. It's always going to be like a kind of, oh yeah, that makes sense that it spawned there. You know what I mean? Like, you always realize, yeah, all right, cool. So just, keep an open mind, because there's always going to be that egg that you didn't look for, and somebody else did and got it, and you could have gotten it, and that's 275 rep for you, so you might as well get it. Actually, I'm mining another sort of. I gotta get myself in that habit. I recently picked up mining and herbalism, and everyone's just saw me clicking my mount key. I wanna just make sure everybody knows I'm clicking my mount key, because my microphone cable is over my keyboard, so I have to play a little bit awkward right now. And absolutely nothing on this island. These islands are doing very bad. I don't usually kill him. I'm pretty sure he has the exact same drop rate as every other mob, so there's really no point. So, and just go ahead. We're almost at the end of our little outer edge, so we can kind of take a quick look. Now we're gonna maybe see something like right down in here on this ledge, right down in here. I know for a fact that an egg spawns literally like right here, so you know, keep an eye on that. Also on top of the mountains, on top of the crystals, they're always kind of spawning. So once you're gonna get to around here, we've already checked all these ledges. Go ahead and take a quick scan over the mountaintops. One, I believe it spawns underneath this brazier here. I could be wrong. I've seen it once before, but it was a long time ago. I was back in BC. And again, now I go in my outer route and I'm looking, or my inner route, more inner route onto the actual island, looking on top of mountain peaks, on top of crystals, just keeping an eye out for any kind of crystal. So one usually spawns right on top of here. I have seen it multiple times. I don't know why people don't grab that one. That one seems like the most, you know, out there position. So you go ahead and go through. One can spawn in the village, and then we're gonna, you know, finish up these little strips right here, and then we can move on to the mountain, and then we actually do our dailies. So it's pretty great to just go through, and even if you want to, you can go through a quick run and then again do another run once you've done all your dailies, giving it time to kind of reset the eggs, or any eggs being picked up and other eggs being forced to spawn. So it's good to have multiple runs, and also if you have a lot of time on your hands, good way to just go farm a bunch of eggs, take a 5-minute break, and then go farm another bunch of eggs. You know, as long as you know where all the spots are, then you're good to go. But there's a bunch of them, so there's another one right there. So there's a bunch of them, so it's really hard to kind of give you a whole spiel about it. So like I said, like sometimes they're hard to see, but most times they're usually out in the open, like this guy here. So you can see kind of the billowing cloud above them, and then the purple crystals over the egg. So really easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. Once you grab that, you can go ahead and just pop out of there. Again, I don't really kill that mob. There's no point. Pretty sure it has the exact same drop, and if it doesn't, then it's just slightly higher. Still no point. Awesome. So I just went through. I got 2 eggs. That's not terrible. Well, yeah, that is kind of terrible. Usually in that kind of run, I get about 4 eggs. So you want to go ahead and pick up your dailies, just like normal. I'm not exactly going to show you doing all my dailies, but I'm going to show you basically what you're going to need to do and where my route is. And some of you may have noticed that I haven't searched in the mine for Netherwing eggs. Well, we're actually going to go do that now. So that is one thing that I'm going to show you. I also like to hand in my Netherwing eggs at the end, so just a little thing that I do. Once you get ready to go into the mine here, pick up the quests. Go ahead and grab this quest. And this is the second part of the Netherwing hunt, and you get to get started on the quest. So now is the time that you want to start doing your dailies. I start with the mines first, just because I can do that outer circle as soon as I get to Netherwing, and then I can go ahead and go right into the mines and do the dailies and whatnot. So that is ultimately how I do it. That's kind of how I do the order of things. It just makes it a little bit more convenient since you're going into the cave anyway. So you want to pick up all of these cargo supplies, and you want to look around. So typically an egg can spawn like back there. We're not going to go back there just because I don't see any egg now. So there's really no point in skipping half the mine when there could be an egg right here. You know what I mean? So just make sure you look inside the mine carts. You know, you're looking around, keep your eyes peeled, and just, you know, look in places where you wouldn't normally look, because obviously that's where they're gonna hide them. Blizzard's crafty like that. So you want to keep going through, keep an open eye on the mine. So I'm constantly like rotating my camera around. I'm never looking in one place. You know, you always want different, you know, views and see. Looks like somebody is killing flares, so that didn't look like a pile of bodies that just was put there by the devs. So it does look like somebody's down here. So it could be that we're, you know, dealing with some empty mines of eggs, but hopefully not. Hopefully we get a few. I would at least like a couple. I like to end the runs at around 6 eggs, 7 eggs. 10 is ideal. You want to get about 10 a day, but I just simply like have so much other stuff that I'd like to do in terms of mount farming. And wow, okay, right out in the open. That's a great egg, just because it's there. So when it's there, it's there. I guess there isn't anybody down here, so let's go ahead and snatch that egg. Very easy egg to get. That's the second time I've actually seen it in the position. Actually, I saw it yesterday, to be honest. So interesting. Just keep going through, keep killing your mobs here, getting your crystals. Keep looking for eggs. Sometimes they'll spawn into those little cubbies. You know, like, just keep an eye out. It's very hard to actually give you the exact spawns because there's so many of them, and there's a bunch that I haven't seen. So there's really no point in, you know, telling you, oh, this is the spawn where the Netherwing egg is, and then it's just like, well, there are 5 other spawns that I didn't show you in a video because I don't know about them. It's just how they spawn. It's really like, it's not, I don't know. Typically, a lot of people don't just, you know, find all the Netherwing egg spawns. You know what I mean? Unless there's some sort of data mine or something. But there's no add-on that does it. There's add-ons that saves the eggs that you previously found. And I'm pretty sure you can match those with other people's profiles of eggs that they found. But that still can leave out 1 or 2 eggs if they've never seen them before. It doesn't mean that they don't spawn there. It just means that they're never quick enough to get it. So, you know, typically you do want to just keep an open eye at around everything, because it could be anywhere. Looks like, yeah, okay. Looks like we are, you know, pretty alone. So that's good. We're pretty early in the morning if you look at 10 in the morning. So not a bad time to do this. You should do this away from peak hours, just so there's less people going after the eggs. Makes it a lot easier on your life. And at the very end of this mine here, right up here, there is an egg spawn. There is no egg though, but it is right down there. It usually spawns right by that crate, so you can keep an eye out for that. I'll tell you definitely where I know that there are spawns, but you got to make sure that you're looking too. So once you're through with that, you want to go ahead and finish up your flare kills. Go ahead and get to the other end of the mine. So this is where we're going to kind of complete our egg cycle. Now we've kind of finished our dailies a little bit. We have some nether side ore, so we're good to start the top head dailies, which are relatively easy. Probably not even going to show you them. Probably just going to tell you where to go. Just to save some time, because I know this is going to be a lot of talking, and you guys have already seen like my route around and everything else. So really, the dailies are self-explanatory. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's much point in, you know, babying you through how to do the dailies. The only one daily that's a little bit is this one, the slow death, where you got to drop the meat in front of the peons. If you don't know how to do that, you basically have to go back onto Nether or Shadow Moon Valley, back to Shadow Moon Valley, and kill things like the rays, whatever they're called, or any sort of lizard, anything that's living. Nothing like a demon or an elemental or anything. It has to be like a living animal, like a boar or something like that. harvest their glands, and then you feed them to the orcs here on Netherwing Ledge, and then they die and call you a bad orc. And yeah, so that is what you do there. It's very simple, very easy to do. The relics are pretty easy to do too. There's no real easy way to farm them. You just gotta wait for the new spawns. It is a little frustrating. Just stand on that dock there when you first like arrive at Netherwing Ledge, kind of where I showed you where those two braziers were. Just stand on that dock, and you know, one will spawn every couple seconds. Out of my experience, so that's the best way to get them. Also, if you're a DK like me, you can also death grip right onto the platforms that we flew over, that we were searching for eggs at the first point. So again, we're just looking for eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and snatch this nether side ore, because you never know. And always loot your mobs. Like, I have my crystals, but loot your mobs, because there is that chance that there is a netherwing egg. I've gotten a few that way, so just be aware that there's more ways than one to get your nether egg. And okay, so we're heading to the end of the mine here. Don't get discouraged. There could still be eggs down here, so just never really skip a portion. Even if it seems like, oh, I'm almost done, I might as well just head back. Just make sure you go the full route, because there's always the ones that people miss, and then people like me come in and take them. So, and you know, this is one of those reps where you can't just grind a mob, right? So you're really bottlenecked to how many eggs you can get, because the quests are really, you know, not that great for you. Like, they don't give that much experience. So it's a couple, like, I think it's 2 weeks if you just do the dailies and you're not focusing on eggs. And we finally find the person who's probably been stealing our eggs. So that's probably why the mine has been so empty. So again, don't get discouraged. Sometimes that happens. But typically that means that maybe there are more spawns up top. So it could be a few people around this area though. Let's just check out a quick /who. So these are the people here. Good chance that all these people are here for this rep. At least 75% of these 90s are here for this rep. So that will tell you kind of how many people are farming, you know, netherwing eggs at once. So you have a bit of competition. It's really not dead content. People are constantly out here because people love their nether drakes. So alright, so I'm just finishing up, running right out of the mine here. So lastly, you just want to go ahead and finish up your last few quests here. So your last few quests is getting the rest of your nether side ore, I need 10, or your nether pollen if you're an herbalist. Also the there's stuff like this, the overseer and you. If I had the knothead leather, I'd go ahead and do this quest really quick, but I don't. Maybe I'll go do that when I get to the bank, the auction house, but it is only a one-time quest, so it's not like it's a daily. Not so friendly skies, the relics that I was talking about, we had sand on the dock, and then the portal. So what that is you basically have to go all the way over to Nigrand and Nigrand. I don't know why I said it so weird, but just go right up to there and start killing mobs. And as long as you kill the mobs, then you get credit, and you just got to kill 20, then head back here. It is inconvenient, I know, but it is reps, so I do it. You know, I'm a slave to the system, so what are you gonna do? Alright, well, I am actually gonna end the video here because there really is nothing else that you guys need to see. You guys have seen my whole nether egg run. After I do my dailies, I do about another run and, you know, take a quick look everywhere and make sure everything's done. You know, if you've enjoyed the video, if this has kind of helped you out, go ahead and give it a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to actually support my channel. A lot of cool guides are going to come out, more geared to mount farming, rep farming, and really geared to the achievement side of World of Warcraft as we wait for the preparation for Warlords of Draenor. So really excited for that. Hopefully I'll be raiding in Warlords of Draenor. You can get to see a lot of content there. So I'm really excited, guys. Hopefully this Netherwing guide helped you, and take care. Peace out.